Hello there, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first official week in my life vlog for the 2024-2025 school year. I'm so excited. I haven't done one of these since being in the classroom for a really long time, and I'm excited to bring you along with me. It should be, fingers crossed, knock on wood, a fairly normal week. So I'm gonna do a little check-in each morning, each afternoon, chat with you about things, just share how my week is going, take you behind the scenes of what my life looks like teaching fourth grade. So let's jump into it. Today is Monday, September 9th. It is just before 6 a.m. I don't think this is worth bragging about. It's definitely not. But it is interesting. Since the beginning of this school year, I've been the first one here every single day. And I don't know how I feel about that. Part of me is proud because I've never been a morning person, and I am proud of myself for sustaining getting up early and getting into school.
Early bird gets the worm.
I feel like it has really benefited me to be here early, get things done when it's nice and quiet and I can just get focused. However, I don't think I should have to be the first one every single day. It's just kind of worked out that way, if that makes sense. But first things first, I need to unpack all of my stuff because I come into my room, I drop everything at the back table, and then I go through and I process. Okay, first of all, when I left school on Friday, I left behind my lunchbox and my coffee cup. So we need to take these home today. I can't even remember if I had anything left in my lunchbox, and part of me does not want to unzip it and find out. So I had to borrow Billy's lunchbox today, which is fine because he's working from home today. So we just borrowing it. It's all good. For lunch today, where is the zipper? Oh, I guess it is all one. Okay. First of all, I packed myself one of those sparkling ice Starburst drinks. I shared about this in my last vlog. I am obsessed with these. They're so good. We're gonna put that in the fridge, along with, I also brought myself a Ghost energy drink. These are my favorite energy drinks. And then for lunch, I meal prepped some cauliflower rice, green beans, ground turkey, and G. Hughes sweet chili sauce, which in my last vlog, I shared all about meal prepping and what that looks like for me. So if you're interested, go back and watch that video. But I also got a new coffee travel mug. This is the brand Simple Modern, which I really, really like their stuff. I got a travel coffee mug from them, I think at Target a while ago, and I just really enjoyed the design. But this one is cool because, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, the lid, you like press down and then you can drink from anywhere. You don't have a specific spot, and that's really good because I tend to miss my mouth a lot with those. And then you can press again. They're kind of like the OXO pop containers, but it will close it. And I just really love the simplicity of it. So brought my coffee from home. I also brought, shout out to my friend Stacy. So Stacy and I got to meet in person when Billy and I traveled to Arizona back in February. Sweetest lady I've ever met. She's just fantastic. And she sent my class a little goodie box of just all of these things. And I'm finally bringing them into my classroom since I was out 2 days last week. And I'm so excited because I think I need to set up a morning bin for my students. I want to give them options of things to do in the morning that are fun, but allow them to collaborate with each other and be creative. And a lot of these items are perfect for that. So first we have these STEM challenges. This is from Carson DeLosa, I want to say, yeah, Carson DeLosa Education. So inside are all of these cards. That will go in that bin. She also sent some Play-Doh. Who doesn't love Play-Doh? So these will get added into that bin. And then also this trace and draw, I have to assemble it. I had to order batteries, the 9-volt batteries. Those are coming today. But it is a trace and draw little stand. This is from Lakeshore Learning. And then we have a bunch of the slides that go in it, which this reminds me of. Anyone else grow up with the Viewmaster? You know, you had the little Viewmaster. It has the same kind of slides, but it will project it so they can trace. And then I have some extra slides here. So those are all gonna go in like the morning bin. And then let's unpack my backpack because I've got more stuff in here. I brought my food scale because we are working on metric measurement today, and I need to show them balance scales, but also digital scales, and we didn't have any digital scales. So brought that from home. How's that for tracking macros coming in handy? And then Stacy also sent some supplies, which was so nice. So we have some sharpened pencils, which thank goodness, because I don't know if my students are eating them or what, but I feel like we're going through pencils at an alarming rate.
Someone replaced all my pens and pencils with crayons. I suspect Jim Halpert.
And then some page protectors and laminating sleeves, which I also go through at an alarming rate. And then we printed some items and laminated some things, but I'm gonna wait and share about these later because we're not tackling that this morning. And then the last thing I have to get out from here is my laptop, my personal laptop, because I bring that pretty much every day. That is it. Oh, my new lanyard. I got this on Amazon. It has like silicone beads and I really, really like it. I have my pencil lanyard, which I like, but it goes down really low. So depending on what I'm wearing, this one is a little bit shorter and I'm liking it. Okay, all unpacked. So I'm choosing to dedicate one of these black bins to those morning options. I'll have to create a label, but I put all of those items in here. I love these little zipper pouches from Amazon. These were perfect for holding those slides. And then that one has Chromebook chargers. That one has like early finisher math games. This one right now is just holding some extra bags, but it will most likely also go to math early finisher options. And I feel like that works out well, like one shelf for math, one shelf for morning and Chromebook chargers. And then for science, I mentioned we are working on mass and specifically using balances as well as digital scales. And I need to pull out the materials because we're doing an investigation today where they need to access scales. So, okay, here's a platform scale. That's a possibility. Ooh, but I think, yeah, here we go. Okay, we've got a balance that needs to get opened up. And then I think there's like weights in here somewhere. These are math manipulatives that came in randomly at one point. Ooh, okay, customary, no, I need metric weights. Ugh. So let's move these. Okay, customary, and then this one is metric. Okay, perfect. So this, that, cool beans. Let's get those opened up. Although they're gonna be in groups and, oh well, they're just gonna have to take turns. Sharing is caring. Otherwise, I do have a meeting today during my planning time, but in any other little pockets of time that I have, so this morning before my students come in after school, I want to try to get into a routine with my planning this week because it is a normal week. I am no longer prepping sub-plans and things like that. I want to make sure that I am being proactive and getting ahead on my lesson planning. Right now, I am planned through next Monday. So I am a week in advance and I would like to keep it that way, if not more so. But I need to figure out, like on Mondays, what do I want to do for my planning? On Tuesdays, what do I want to do? So maybe by the end of the week, we'll have a schedule, but stay tuned. Unrelated, at least directly to the classroom, but still kind of related. I went to H-E-B, which is our local grocery store chain here in Texas, and found these dog toys that are back to school themed. So we have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then we have the little pencil and the mistake erase. So I had to get these for Ember because she's been so good with my transition back to the classroom and not being home with her all day. Yeah, it's such a sweet girl. All right, it is after school. It is 4:04 p.m. I'm about to head out. Overall, it was a great day. My students worked really hard. We had to take a math assessment and they did a great job. I was very proud of them. I did not have any planning time today. The meeting that took place during my planning time took the entire time, which I expected, but as a result, remember this morning when I said, oh, we're gonna try to get planning done? No, that didn't happen. Although, considering I had no planning time, I guess that was to be expected. After school for the past hour, I had to enter in the grades for the math assessment that they took. I still have a few students that are finishing, but all the rest of them are in there. I also had to stuff Tuesday folders because those go home tomorrow, and I cannot have students stuff them because graded work goes home in the Tuesday folders. So either I stuff them in advance, or in real time I could pass out the papers to the students and have them put it in the folder. But honestly, I have it down to a nice system where as I have graded papers, because they are already in alphabetical order, I basically just put the stacks of papers out and I go through it student by student, but all I have to do is like take the top sheet because that's that student's paper, and then any papers that have come from the office that have to go home. And it just becomes a quick assembly line, and I can typically knock it out in about 5 minutes. So yes, I stuff them in advance, but I feel good that that's done. I also had to like clear off my back table because of doing that science investigation with the balances and the weights and everything. It was a hot mess back here, but I got that all cleaned off with the exception of these are some calendar numbers. We're gonna come back to this either tomorrow or Wednesday because I think, oh, that's upside down, awkward. I'm changing up my calendar because I am struggling to keep up with it, although it's probably more of a me problem and less of a calendar problem, but I digress. I also have a sticky note with random things I need to ask my team teachers. It literally just says hats, question mark, scratch paper, question mark, redos, question mark, and those are all reminders to myself of things that I need to ask them about. I still have tea that I need to finish from earlier. But before I go, let me show you how our interactive word wall is coming for science, because we started a new unit last week. I was not here 2 of the days, so I had to kind of get caught up on that. But while my students were taking the math assessment, I was able to spend a little bit of time adding to it. It's not perfect, but you know, I'll show you what we got. So the idea behind an interactive word wall for any subject, but we are doing ours for science, is that you are building it in real time with your students using examples of things from class. And as you can see, there are images, but also like concrete representations of things that we have done in class. So this unit is all about the physical properties and states of matter. So up at the top, we have the definition of matter and then some words that we are using when it comes to physical properties. And then these sections, when we get to magnetism and density, those will go there. But for now, we have just covered mass, temperature, and physical state. So we have like definitions and examples and images. We did an experiment where we watched ice melt. No, I'm not kidding. We didn't watch it melt, but we, did other things while it was melting. So I have like the cup as a reminder of that, and the thermometer, which I've literally just taped directly to the board with painter's tape. And then today we did this balance and scales investigation. So I went ahead and added in our definition of mass, the tools that we used. And then one of the things that we found today or discovered with our investigation is that air has mass. So the full balloon had more mass than the empty balloon. So I taped up an empty balloon and a full balloon as those reminders. And then these are just pieces of magnetic border. In fact, I have some extra ones over here. So I got these on Amazon. I will link them for you, but they're just black magnetic strips. Of course, you could always use something like washi tape. I just prefer having these where I can easily take them off the board and move them around as needed. But I use those to kind of separate our different sections. So it's not perfect. Again, I have a love-hate relationship with writing on whiteboards. It is not my favorite, but I feel like this is an improvement from the last time I showed it to you. So work in progress.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, September 10th. It's currently about 6 a.m., the usual. And once again, I have a meeting during my planning time today. So planning may be minimal. However, I am going to put together a new calendar on that board. My goal is to get that done this morning before my students arrive. And then I don't have any like grading or anything to do. I'm all caught up on that. They're not getting any new graded assignments today. So maybe like this morning before my students come, and then after school, I can get a little bit of grading done. But last night, I did go ahead and set up my slides for the next math module, which is like the next math unit, as well as the overview. I've been creating a Google Doc that just kind of has like our scope and sequence for the unit, the module, and then any like important information about when we're giving graded assignments and all of that fun stuff. But a couple of things that I brought from home, nothing too exciting today. I did get a new book on Amazon that came in yesterday. It's called Meaningful Small Groups in Math. So I brought it here just so I can kind of peek at it when I'm planning, which, funny, we'll see when that happens. And then just little pockets of time I can kind of work through. Books like this, I feel like, take a while. And then these are for the calendar. They're numbers that I put magnets on last night. Batteries for the trace and draw set I brought in yesterday, and extra magnets. That's it. Here is my current calendar. Does it still say August? Yes, because I have not updated it. Fun fact about me as a teacher, I've always been awful at updating my calendars, but I'm also just not crazy about it. The boxes seem small, and in reality, what happened is I saw one on social media that I liked a lot more. So this was a printable calendar set from Ladybug's Teacher Files. I will link it for you. But these are the actual calendar boxes. So they're kind of rainbow. I printed and laminated them. And the idea is to put these up just kind of side by side. I'll leave like a little bit of space in between. You have the calendar numbers, which I put magnets on the back just so it's easy to kind of swap them out. But you could also just write right there with a dry erase marker. You have the days of the week headings, and I think I'm gonna set mine up so that it's only Monday through Friday and not include the weekends. You have the month headings. Again, I just printed and laminated these. These will be on magnets, but these I plan on attaching to the board with tape. And then you have these little square icons, and these were editable, so I was able to go in and kind of customize them based on events and things that we have happening throughout the year. Now, is this new calendar gonna solve my problem of not being great at keeping up to date with the calendar? Probably not, but it might make me feel better about it. The good news is that other calendar I can easily repurpose at home. So here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna start at the top. I'm gonna put up the month. From there, we're gonna tape up the days of the week. So we're gonna just do Monday to Friday, and we're gonna keep it kind of as tight as possible. So Monday, Tuesday. While I do this, if you peek at the star jars, and if you're curious about those, I had a video where I went into detail all about them, but my morning group is 1 star away, so most likely today they will end up earning that reward. And I think my afternoon, I wanna say they're like 2 or 3 away. They're very close, so they will most likely get it at least by tomorrow, if not today. Okay, so now that these headings are up here, and again, these ones I'm attaching as well as the backgrounds. I'm just using tape, but then the days, the months, and the events will all be with magnets so that they can be swapped around easily. Okay, got that. Now we start to put these down here. Oh geez, I'm supposed to fit 5 columns. Okay, the star jars might get moved because there's no way that this is gonna fit, but we're gonna go with it. So there's my 5 rows of 5. I need to move September over. Okay. I like this size. I'll have to move the star jars, and that's fine, but I'm liking the size. Okay, I like this. I like the much larger size. Now, I currently don't have a spot for my hanging schedule, but it's fine. At this point of the year, my students know the schedule, plus I have it on my morning slides every day anyway. But the actual size of the calendar, I feel like, is so much better. As you can see, there are the little icons that I have on magnets that I can use to mark days, but it still gives me plenty of space to either write on it or put a sticky note in order to add more information. So overall, I think this was a good improvement. I know it wasn't necessary, but it made me happy. It's all good. It was my weekend project to get it printed and laminated, and then apparently my Tuesday project to get it hung up. For now, I just moved the star jars over, and I think that that will work out just fine. Y'all, this was the perfect example of one of my worst habits, which is getting into workflow mode and completely losing track of time. Hi, my name is Michelle, and I really need to stop doing that. It is 6:54 p.m. And if you can do the math, I got here just before 6 a.m. That means I've been here about 13 hours. Not a good habit to form, okay? We're working on it. However, that's the bad news. The good news is I am currently planned through next Thursday, and it is Tuesday. So that means I am planned over a week ahead, and it feels so good to say that because thus far this year, it's been a lot of day to day, and to actually be ahead is a good feeling. So do I regret my decision? No. Honestly, the only thing that broke me out of my workflow mode was the fact that I had to go to the bathroom because I drank an energy drink and a tea. So it's probably a good thing that I am well hydrated because all of a sudden I realized how late it was and I need to get going. But good news again is the fact that tomorrow I should actually have planning time during my planning time. Today we had a meeting with the whole team plus some other members of the staff for some monitoring, so looking at students' progress and data and figuring out which students we need to make sure are getting support that they need. And that meeting took the whole planning time, and yesterday I didn't have planning time. So tomorrow, the goal is to maybe, fingers crossed, finish out all of my lesson planning that I wanna have done for next week. And then that means the rest of the week, I can take a deep breath or maybe get further ahead. I don't know, we shall see. But for now, I'm just gonna say I need to go to the gym. I want to go to the gym. Technically this week, I do not have a program because I just competed at my national level powerlifting meet last week. And my coach usually gives me like a week to just kind of do whatever I want. I could take the whole week off if I wanted to, but then I'm gonna be super sore when I go back to the gym. So I like to keep it consistent. I went to the gym Saturday and Sunday, which basically I competed Thursday. I took Friday off. I went to the gym Saturday and Sunday, but I'd like to stick to my usual schedule, which is going to the gym during the school week on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I'm gonna run to the gym, but I'm going to the gym that's closer to my school, which is nice. So I won't spend very long there, just kind of get my body moving, get the blood flowing, because I have been seated for about 3.5 hours right now. And then I'll check in with you in the morning. Good morning. It is Wednesday, September 11th. Not gonna lie, when I woke up this morning, kind of thought it was Thursday, but it is in fact Wednesday. Today after school, we have a staff meeting, but we have makerspace today for science, which means I had to set some alarms on my phone. That has been my biggest hack of the year. I have alarms set for when I need to submit lunch count, when my students have snack, when I need to submit attendance, because that's like an hour after my students arrive and I'm not used to that. When it's time to take them to specials, when it's time to pick them up from specials, lunch, recess, I have alarms going off on my phone all day. And shout out to one of my team teachers. She had an alarm going off one day and it was the duck sound, like the little quacking sound. So that is what I've been using and it cracks me up every time, or quacks me up. But I will see myself out. So it should be a good day. Let me show you a couple of updates. First update, I moved the star jars. I didn't love them here in between the calendar and the extra chart paper, so I moved them underneath. Yesterday, my morning group filled up their star jar. It takes 20 stars to fill it up. They got their last star in the middle of the day, so today, this morning during our For Emerson Family Forum, which if you don't know about that, go back and watch my behavior management video. I talked about it a little bit there, but I will talk more about it when I share about my slides in hopefully the next video. We are going to discuss when to redeem our reward, so when we're gonna have that free Chromebook time, most likely on Friday, and then also go ahead and empty the jar and set a new reward. That being said, star jars, if you are interested, I will have them linked, and the seller of them on Etsy actually reached out to me, and she is offering a discount code. It's not an affiliate code or anything, like I don't get any kind of kickback. but if you use code Pocketful15 at checkout, you will save 15%. So if you're wanting to grab one of the Black Star jars, you can do that. Code and link will be down in the description. And I should note, because this is something school-wide that every class has some kind of like a whole class compliment reward system, I also submitted a Google form last night to tell my school that my class filled it up. So they will be featured on the morning announcements, and then we also get added to our whole school like thermometer, and there's a whole school prize once that gets filled. Next update is back here at my small group table, which is my teacher desk area this year, on my little cart, which this is technically a printer stand. It's on my classroom Amazon list, but I just got this organizer from Amazon as well. It's technically a monitor stand, but I can still put my laptop on top of it to charge, but it has 2 drawers. This one, and then the bottom drawer is open, and I mostly got this so that the bottom drawer can house think sheets, and then also these like Chromebook drop sheets that we have students fill out. And they've just kind of been hanging out like over here in my copy drawer, and I need to put them somewhere. So those are gonna go in that drawer. I pivoted my little cord organizer to the side. That came from Target. And then this drawer has kind of a hodgepodge of random supplies, so some of that will get organized into this drawer. And then underneath, I had an extra one of these black little caddies. So this is now like my grade caddy. So I have stickers in the back. So these are a bunch of like smelly stickers. I have my easy grader. I have stamps back there. And then these are some random math manipulatives. I just got these cases from the Container Store, but they have 10 little compartments, and so it's perfect for holding place value discs and keeping those organized. And then this one just has like books and notebooks and things. And then over here, I have a set of multiplication and division flashcards, which I can use as like an early finisher option. I can play the game King with my students if we're lined up like a minute or 2 early. And then that's just like a portable wireless speaker. And then this is a fan for recess because it gets hot here in Texas. Okay, we're gonna make this quick because numero uno, I really need to go to the bathroom. Numero dos, yes, I understand the irony of those numbers. I told myself I would leave by 5 o'clock, and apparently I lied because it is 5:30. But I was creating the graded assignment for math next week, and it took a little bit longer than I thought. So I need to get going so that I can go to the bathroom, go to the gym, go home, and relax because I gotta stop staying at school so late. I gotta stop being the first car in the parking lot and then the last one to leave. It's not a good habit. But part of the reason I'm staying so late is because I thought I was gonna have my full planning time to have, independent planning time, but about half of that time ended up being a meeting between the science and math teachers, because usually we meet on Tuesdays, but because we had the other meeting yesterday, we didn't get to meet. So that meant I didn't get as much done during my planning time. And then after school, we had staff meeting, and I also had to make 2 parent phone calls, not like bad phone calls, they were good phone calls. But that obviously took time, and before I knew it, it just, time, you never have enough.
Well, there's chatting time and there's working time.
But it was a really good day. I forgot to mention that yesterday I had a lunch bunch with my Golden Emerson recipient for the week. So I let them pick 2 friends to have a lunch bunch with, and you just learn so much about your students during a lunch bunch. It's great. But today I got to have lunch with my team, which was nice. And then my afternoon class filled up their star jar, so I was back to back, which is nice. I think we're gonna redeem their rewards on Friday. And they both have reset their jar. Postcards. So something we do school-wide is when we catch a student doing something great, in that moment, we write a postcard either to that student or to their family. We send the student with the postcard up to the office, and that student gets celebrated, and that postcard then gets mailed home. And I had a student today during recess who befriended a student who needed a friend, and it was just a great moment to see. And so once we came in from recess, we had to go to Makerspace, but I quickly wrote out that postcard and got to send that student with the postcard, and just seeing the smile on their face, it was fantastic. So all in all, really good day. I need to stop staying so late. So I'm gonna close it out for today, and then I will catch up with you tomorrow. I've had my phone going off all day with deliveries from various things that I have ordered. So we'll chat about that tomorrow. Good morning. It is now Thursday, September 12th. Now we are able to wear jeans every day of the week, but there is an assigned like shirt or theme that we have to wear with the jeans. Thursday is college shirts or college sweatshirts. And I'm so embarrassed to admit, I literally had none. I used to have a sweatshirt for Salisbury University where I got my undergrad, and I had a sweatshirt for Capella where I got my graduate degree, and I think I just got rid of them. I probably donated them or something when we moved from Maryland to Texas. That being said, I went on to both of their websites and ordered myself some things so that on Thursdays I can participate. So today I have a Capella sweatshirt on. Is it gonna get to 90 degrees? Yes, but I'm able to adjust the thermostat in my classroom, and most days I get a little bit chilly and I end up wearing like a jacket anyway, so I think it'll be fine. Good news, I'm officially all planned out for next week. Last night, I spent a little bit of time. Once I got home from the gym, before dinner, I wanted to get some steps in on my walking pad, and I got all of the slides done, so that feels amazing. And I feel like this week is a week of, well, it's a week of meetings. I was recapping with Billy last night how many meetings I've had, but in terms of me and my classroom, it is the week of micro improvements, or maybe I should say incremental improvements, because I love an alliteration, but I feel like I'm just doing little things to make my life, my students' life, my instruction, all of that more efficient. So one of the things today that I'm considering a micro improvement or an incremental improvement is I got myself a water bottle to stay at school because I got tired of carrying my half-gallon jug back and forth, especially because I've been carrying other things with me in the morning and it just gets to be a lot. So I gave in to the whole tumbler culture. I don't know, I have not had one of these until now. This is the Simple Modern brand, so this is kind of what the logo looks like. It's the same brand as the coffee cup that I showed you, as well as today's coffee cup, which looks like this. It's more of like a travel cup, and it's leak proof. It has a lid that then will like pop up so you can drink out of it. But I just love it's called Simple Modern. It all looks very simple, but I got myself this cup to stay here at school, and I will just refill it as the day goes rather than carrying it back and forth, which I think my future self will thank me for. The other little improvement arrived last night. These are chapter book bins from Really Good Stuff. I ordered them directly on the Really Good Stuff website because Amazon was more expensive and gonna take longer to ship. Now, here's the plan for these, okay? I'm gonna explain it and then we're gonna see if it works because we never know. These have dividers. They have 2 dividers, so it creates 3 sections. My group drawers are overflowing. Let me just show you. I don't even have to go that far because as you can see, this group can barely shut the drawer because there are so many things in each drawer. The top drawer has whiteboards and then bins of manipulatives. Each drawer under that is dedicated to one of my classes. So one drawer for the morning, one drawer for the afternoon. However, inside of each drawer, each student has a math notebook, each student has a science notebook, plus each student has a math workbook for Eureka Math, and then they also have a fluency book for Eureka Math. It's a lot, y'all. And the goal is to utilize these bins on top. I would like to have one section for the morning group's notebooks, one section for the afternoon group's notebooks, and then the third section, I was hoping to fit whiteboards in them, but I'm kind of not optimistic that they're gonna fit. And then the caddies are gonna go into the top drawer because there will be a little bit more space in there, but I'm scared. I'm scared that the notebooks are not gonna fit. I measured it, like I went off of the measurements for the chapter book bins and then the normal measurement for a composition notebook, but I don't know, we're gonna find out. It's not perfect, but I guess the key word was incremental improvements. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but as you can see, having the tape on the side is really, really helpful. I ended up putting everyone's math notebook in the front part, so you can see that all of the ones in the front have the pink tape, which designates math, and then in the back, I have it split by my morning science and my afternoon science. only because there are less math notebooks, because I have some students who go to tag math, and so they don't have a math notebook in my classroom. It's not perfect because the composition books don't go all the way into the bin. I guess the measurements are for the top part, but at the bottom there's like kind of little pieces of plastic that prevent it from going all the way down, but it's at least better, and it's gonna make it more efficient when we start class and we have to get all of our supplies out. I put the, what are those, dry erase boards underneath, and then that way the top drawer just has manipulatives and their erasers, and the caddy with like the crayons and things, and then their workbooks are in the drawers underneath. So it's not perfect, but it's good enough. And shout out to Lisa, who gifted me these thank you notes. I mean, could they be any more on brand with Michelle Emerson with the black and the white? But I obviously like to keep thank you notes on hand so that I can easily write them for students and their families when needed. And I had none for this year. So I'm gonna get these packed away into my closet. I have those 2 extra dividers because the bin that's closest to me, I did not end up using the dividers for. And then we're gonna sit down and we're gonna try to get even further ahead in planning. I don't know, might be a little ambitious. It is the afternoon. Remember this morning when I said, I'm gonna try to maybe get planned further in advance? Wishful thinking, didn't happen, but it was one of those days where I felt like I had to do a bunch of little tasks, so I didn't feel productive, but they were things that had to get done. For example, I had a bunch of emails that came through that I had to process and respond to. We had our grade level planning time today, and I always need processing time after that to get events added to my calendar, get things scheduled on Google Classroom. I have a few students who are gonna be out for more extended periods of time for travel and various things that I had to prep assignments for. That obviously took time. We had a science assignment today, so I graded all of those that have been turned in. I got slides set up for next week, as well as created a slide for our math flex time, which is a half an hour of our math block where students are receiving support. And I needed a slide that guided students and told them what to be doing, what to be working on. But we're gonna chat more about that in the next video, all about my slides. For now, I need to head to the gym because it is later than I wanna tell you. And tomorrow is Friday, so that's good. I will see you in the morning. Good morning. It is Friday, September 13th. I actually just finished filming the next video you're gonna see, which is all about my slides. So I show you behind the scenes with my daily slides that I use for my morning arrival time, my morning meeting time, directions for transitioning between different subjects, and how I communicate to students what materials they need, as well as my teaching slides. So I show you how I set up my math slides template. I show you an example of a day of a lesson. So be on the lookout, that one's coming soon. If you're not already subscribed, you should do that. And you should also be following my Falling in Love with Teaching Again playlist so that you can see all of the videos in order. But it is about 6:30. I got here just before 6, got that video recorded, and I'm all set up for the day, which is good. I don't really have anything that I have to get done before my students arrive. So I'm going to get onto my computer, and I've already scheduled my newsletter to go out. Every Friday we send a newsletter to families through email. That is all set up. I'm gonna have to grade homework today, and I wanna get that done after school, but I want that to be the only thing I have to do after school. So I'm just gonna go through and make sure that I've got everything kind of in line for next week. But otherwise, it's a Friday. We've got our study hall time on Friday, and my students are also cashing in their Star Jar rewards. So we're not gonna really have much of science. I condensed today's science lesson and yesterday's science lesson all into time yesterday. We'll have a little bit of science time today, just not a full lesson. So it should be hopefully a good day. Oh, I know what I have to show you. Hold on, because it's adorable. Okay, yesterday I showed you my new water bottle, which I am so happy that I made this choice, because not having to carry my half-gallon jug in this morning, love that for me. It was fantastic, but I can't remember if I showed this in a vlog or not. I know I shared it in my emails that go out, which if you're not on my email list, it's free. I send little freebies and updates and things every Sunday morning. So I'll leave the link down below if you want to sign up for that. I know I shared about this on there. We had parent information night, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and it was after school. It was at like 7 p.m., so it went until pretty late. But the next day, our admin sent a message or an email to us that said, hats off to you, come to the office, we have a little treat for you. And it had these little like straw covers that look like cowboy hats. Y'all, how cute is that? And at the time, I did not have a tumbler cup to be able to add it to. So now that I have a tumbler cup, I put my little straw cover cowboy hat on, and it makes me so happy. All right, we're gonna get this Friday started, and then I'm gonna check in with you at the end of the day.
I didn't even realize it when I said it this morning, but it is Friday the 13th. However, our PTA provided snacks for us, which was so sweet. So I stocked up on some veggies and fruit, and my Friday just got so much better.
And just like that, another week done and dusted. We are over a month into the school year, which is crazy to say, but I'm very happy to report we ended the week on a fantastic note. We had a great Friday. My students were all on it. Like the math lesson went really well, and they were all very thankful and appreciative of their free time, which they earned by filling up their star jars. And they were thanking me for giving them the free time. And I'm like, no, like y'all earned it. And they're like, yeah, but you gave us the stars. I'm like, yeah, but I gave them to you because you earned them with good behavior. And I feel like it really motivated them to keep it up because they enjoyed the time so much. And also during that time, I had some students who went on to Chromebooks. I had other students who chose to draw. And for example, I had one student who was a phenomenal drawer, and I had no idea, but they drew me a picture and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And just all of those little things. I felt like I had all the warm and fuzzies, and I love when the week ends on a good note. Plus, Billy and I have some plans this weekend. Just last night, he was like, hey, I wanna make you breakfast in bed tomorrow, and then we're gonna go out to dinner because Saturday night is our one night that we eat out, and then we're gonna go to the movies, which I'm really excited about because I haven't been to the movies since 2023. And he was even pre-ordering my popcorn because one of my favorite things is movie theater popcorn. So I am in a great mood, and I hope that this video either gave you some ideas or maybe helped to motivate you, like especially if you had a rough week, because I know sometimes if you had a rough week, it's hard to hear someone else talking about having a great week. But looking back on the rest of this week, I mean, it was tiring, it was exhausting, it was hard at moments. I had a lot going on, a lot that I was trying to balance, but because I am choosing to focus on the good things, I'm ending the week on a good note, and hopefully that resonates with you. But if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. As I mentioned, the next one is gonna be all about my slides. So make sure you are following my Falling in Love with Teaching Again playlist so you don't miss it. As always, thank you for watching. I love you so much. Don't forget to put your positive pants on, and I will catch you in the next one.